If you're just joining us, it is Taxpayer Appreciation Day 2019. Hey, Sandy.
Hi, how are you?
So you've been, come on in. So you've been a guest a couple of times. We've talked a lot about real estate tax assistance programs. But we're going to talk today about those nitty-gritty questions. It's like really like kind of, I don't want to say one-offs because they're not. We get these questions a lot, but they're very specific. So I just, very quickly, if you have an owner-occupied payment agreement and you sell your house, do you keep the agreement? Does the new owner get the agreement? How does that work? What happens?
Sure. So the owner-occupied payment agreements, better known as OOPA, are attached to the property owner. So when you sell your house, those taxes become due. And the new owner is then responsible for what is due. So that new owner has some options. They can pay in full. They can get an installment plan, and they can also get an agreement of their own.
But a lot of times that stuff's kind of wrapped all into the sale of the property, right? Like most folks don't really need to, they won't actually have to like get to that point because it's a known fact. You have a lien on the house. To resolve that lien, it's all going to be part of the sale of that property.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's really important to do your research when you're buying a house so that you know what you're up against and make sure that you can figure that all out at closing and you don't have to go there.
Right. But in the end, it is the new owner who's responsible.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really, really good to know. And then, okay, so can you apply for a homestead exemption once a 10-year tax abatement ends?
You can.
Okay.
So Homestead is subject to a few things. You need to make sure that you're living in your home. It is your primary residence. But yeah, once your 10-year tax abatement ends, you absolutely should apply.
And the Homestead exemption is for every homeowner in the city. Like there's no income requirements. It's super easy to apply. It's phila.gov/homestead, HOMESTEAD. And everyone, if you are living and own your home, you should have Homestead, unless you have a 10-year tax abatement. Okay, and can I apply for a homestead if I own a mixed-use property? I live upstairs and my business is downstairs.
Yes, you can as well. Our application specifically asks you if you have a mixed-use property, and it asks you for a percentage. That percentage is generally the same amount that you list on your federal tax return. Okay.
So you'll already have that information because you pay your federal taxes, and it's going to say what part of your house is being used for residential use.
Residential and business, sure.
And then so the application will kind of walk you through that process.
Right, and your homestead will get prorated based on that percentage.
Okay, great. That was super easy peasy.
Yes.
I know those are like very specific questions, and it's like a lot more like laser focused than some of the conversations that we've had in the past. But I want to thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.